I do apologize. Thanks, Petit. I trust that's the way to pronounce your name. My microphone was actually off. Thank you for that. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I suppose you can. Let me listen to myself. Let me try. Okay, yeah, the speaker is definitely on now. Okay, so let me know where you are, watching from, where you are going to be trading from today. I'm, trading from the UK. Okay, and what I'll do, I would also post the link to our Telegram channel, you know, just where you could see the trade results for January. We've had some good results in January. You could view the results there. You could also get some more trade ideas and signals there. Toronto, absolutely, that's a good place to be. It's a good. I got some. Let's do this. Don't. Never mind, guys. We're not going to talk all day. We're going to find some trades, But let's talk as we go, so we don't, it doesn't get boring. Okay. You know, a friend of mine. I saw a friend's photo the other day, and she said she was in Canada. She was on holidays. Well, maybe business. I think a business trip, more like it. A business trip, and there was snow everywhere. And I thought to myself, oh, I haven't checked with her where that was, whether it was Toronto or somewhere else. I wonder what it's like there at Toronto. Is it snowing? So I'll tell you what we're going to be doing. We're going to be looking at a few pairs. We're going to be checking out that USD card. We're also going to be looking at pound USD and pound JPY. If it's going to be a scalp trade, I'll let you know beforehand. Because there are those of you who are viewing on YouTube, there is a 1 minute or so delay. So I'll let you know beforehand if I'm going to be jumping into a scalp trade. I'll give you the details. I'll tell you the pair and all that. If it's going to be a day trade where we'll be looking for more pips, say about 30 pips or so, I would also let you know. So you are prepared. Okay. I think I've seen a trade, a possible trade on GJ. Okay, so this is pound JPY. Let's have a closer look at it. Okay, you know what? Let's do it here. Okay, so this is the daily time frame. We see what's been going on here. I believe this is going to go down eventually, to run about this level. I believe it's going to go down to about the bottom there. However, before it goes down, I believe it's going to push up some more. It's going to push up some more. We can see the last couple of days, it's been the price has been pushing up, and I believe it's going to push up a bit more before it goes down. So let's just, obviously take note of where it is at the moment. That's where the price is. You just need to look left and see, there is all this, possible areas of resistance. But let's look at other time frames and let's see if we have a leeway, as it were. Okay. That was that's a big candle there. Now, like I say, I mean, if you want to check our results for the month of January, we've done quite well. So far we've gotten about 400 pips, the free signals. Not even the VIP channel. We do have a VIP channel. We have a free channel as well, where we post signals, and we've done about 400 pips so far this month. If you want to check out the results, click and join the Telegram group and see what we are doing there. Okay, so you can see here on the 15-minute, it's a possible shoulder level. You can take this as the left shoulder, the head, and it's currently now at the right shoulder level. So we'll see what we'll do there. I mean, when you see my yellow broken lines, know that that is an area where I'm expecting to potentially get into a trade, either for a buy or a sell. When it's a yellow broken line, if it's a solid line like this, know that that's just perhaps a target. But what to focus on is this broken line. Okay, so like I did say, I believe the price is going to go up a bit more before it goes down. So let's just take our time. I mean, our last two, our last, all our last sessions, live sessions, we've been able to pull out some pips from the market. Well, obviously profitably, so we are expecting something similar today. I mean, the reason why that is, I believe, is because we wait for the price to come to us. We are patient. We don't just jump into trade because it looks good. Okay. Now I haven't even checked, guys. Let me check. I haven't even checked if I haven't even checked the news today. If there's any news events that could possibly affect our trade. Okay. Okay. There was some news last night. Some Aussie dollar news. Okay. I mean, later on today at about 1:30 UK time. I believe that's about 9:30 in the US. So between 1:30 and 3 o'clock here, we do have some red folder events. Okay, we do have some red folder events. Let me see if I can show you that. Okay, so we see here, around about 1:30, which is about 9:30, we have that red folder. So we would be mindful of that. Hopefully we'll be able to get trades that will close before that time. And obviously we have the manufacturing PMI and the JOLTS job openings. Okay, that's fine. I mean, this would not so much matter to us. That's later on at night. So for this morning, at least, we do have some trades that uh, there are some trades we can possibly get into. Okay. What's going on now? I've got a blank screen. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's go. So you can see the price is pushing up. Let's see. We wanted to break that bid first. Let the candle close, and we would decide what to do then. Let this candle close. This is GJ, pound JPY. Now, I wouldn't necessarily. I don't think this is going to be a scalp trade. I wouldn't be taking this as a scalp trade. I'll be taking it as a day trade, which basically means I'll be going for at least 30 pips on that one. If it was a scalp trade, I'll be looking for 10 or 15. Oh yes, when I'm scalping, I do push for 15 sometimes. Right here. Okay. I mean, in the meantime, let's check, other pairs. Let's check pound USD. Okay, so it hasn't quite broken above that area anyway, so that's fine. Let's try pound USD. Okay, I mean the pound pairs seem to have moved beautifully already this morning. Going to the daily. Pound USD has done about 50 pips today. Right, let's go to the lower time frames and see what we can find. You see, when there's a bullish kind of a strong bullish candle like this, it's usually um, an opportunity to continue in that direction, except if it is a strong bullish candle or bearish candle, if it was a bearish candle, coming into an area of resistance or support. Then obviously you want to let the next candle do its thing, and you decide what to do with this. Now it has come into this area of some sort of support, but let's check the lower time frames. What I am doing at this time is basically just focusing on getting the trades in. I could do a bit of teaching later on. But let's just focus on getting some trades in first. Now, there are some pairs, there are other pairs I love to trade as well, the Euro Aussie dollar and the Euro New Zealand dollar, because they do have a high ADR. They do have a high average daily range, meaning that they deliver a lot of pips every day, almost every day. So I tend to love them as well. Okay, so let's check. Let's check Euro Aussie dollar and Euro New Zealand dollar. Let's see what we can find. I'll be looking at gold as well and indices. I love to trade gold and indices. You know, quite frankly, I would want to have a pullback on these pound pairs I'm looking at. I mean, the the pound USD, otherwise known as the cable. Okay, okay, guys, this is GJ now. If we were to jump into this trade, I was waiting for a break of let's see. Oh, come on, where is this thing? Okay, so it would be good to see the end of this candle first. There's a possible trade on GJ for us. I was saying a while ago that it's going to, I believe it's going to come down eventually, but it might get that far before it comes down. It might go to retest that high there before it comes down, which means I am saying that we could get a move to the top, today. So I'll be looking to jump into this GJ trade for a buy, to target a possible 30 pip, to possibly target 30 pips. I hope it doesn't go too far. I hope it doesn't push too far. So that we can still get in. I'm waiting for the close of that candle, guys. I might be jumping. If I'm jumping in, I'll let you know. That's GJ. I'm looking for a potential risk reward of 1 to 2. I mean, obviously, it means you can also scalp it if you choose. I'm waiting for the close of that candle. Okay. Okay, so guys, I'm getting into that GJ trade for a buy. My entry is 155.005. I'll be going for at least 15 pips on that one. I'm buying, where is my GJ? Okay, so I've just got into GJ now, 155.005. And my stop loss, okay. So I'm in this trade now. That's basically where I got in the yellow dotted line. I'm targeting the high there, targeting the top. My stop loss is about 15 pips or thereabout. So it's better than a 1 to 2. Yeah, it's almost a 1 to 2. So we're in that trade now. That's our first trade of the day. I mean, otherwise, if you're making it a day trade, if you're making it a day trade, then you want to have your stop loss here. Let's just see. If you're scalping, that would be where you want to have your stop loss. If it's a day trade, then you're having it here, just in case you want to give the trade room to play. So it's your choice. If you're scalping, that's where you would be having your stop loss. You don't want to be risking too much. I would have mine as a day trade, which is almost like 1 to 1 here. Okay. Okay. So what we could do now is also to have a look at Nasdaq. I love trading indices as well. Mine is a day trade on this GJ. I'm taking it as a day trade. I mean, if you look to the left, there is this huge wick, which obviously would make some people, skeptical about getting into the trade. However, behind the wick, behind or on the other side of the wick, you have these candles. which basically it makes up for this rejection here. So yes, it can actually go as far as that today. Okay, so let's have a look at other pairs. I mean, I have entered GJ now, which is a pound pair. You know, it basically means I would not be going into, well, at least for me, and that's what I teach as well. It basically means for me, I will not be going into another pound pair until I have locked in profits here or closed out. The reason being, I don't want to be overexposed, on the pound pair. I don't want to be overexposed. We call it trading correlated pairs. You know, GJ here and GU, which we looked at earlier on, basically have something in common, and that is pound. To make it worse, they both are also they also have pound as the base currency. If something goes wrong, if the market goes or moves against the pound, then it means that you could lose both trades potentially, which would be a double whammy. So I would not be taking another pound pair, a trade on that trade on a pound pair until I've locked in profits. Okay, so let's have a look at NASDAQ, or the US 100 as it is otherwise called. When I'm trading the indices, I tend to scalp, more often, well, most of the time, maybe 90% of the time I will scalp. So let's have a look at what it's been doing. Okay. Let's have a look at NASDAQ. It's been pushing up for some days now. It's been pushing up for some days after what I believe was a correction. Now the question is, which way is it going to continue going, or which way is it going to go next? That's basically what we want to find out and go with it. Okay, I'm not particularly liking the look of it. Let's it's been pushing up for some days. Is it going to continue up? Let's check the lower time frames. Let's check other time frames. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the 4 hour gives us more hope that it does want to continue up. Now, the thing is, in trading, when you're looking at the chart, that's why multi-time frame analysis is good. I just looked at the daily now, and I couldn't quite, decide if it's a trade I want to get into. But looking at the 4 hour here now, I can say, oh yes, I think I can jump into this trade. I mean, we have to be mindful of where it's at, but it can potentially move up to, the high. You can see that's where you would have some more um, resistance, if anything. When trading, you want to be conscious of where you have resistance and support. So if we are looking at this now, it could actually carry on pushing up. It could carry on pushing up, to this area. So we're going to look at other time frames to decide that. In the meantime, let's have a look at our trade. Okay, we see our trade. I mean, GJ all of a sudden has gone almost dead. It's not moving powerfully this morning as I would want it to. It seems most of its move was made overnight. Well, during the Asian session, but that's fine. It's a day trade, so for me, it's a day trade. So I would want to leave it to do its thing. Now, like I did say, this is like a one-to-one um, trade, or if you like, 1 hour. Some traders are not that comfortable with that kind of strategy, that kind of risk to reward. Now, the truth is, you know, does the risk to reward matter? Well, yes, it does matter, but that is not the only thing that matters when it comes to trading. You know, uh, that's not the only thing that matters, if you want to be a profitable trader. Something else to also consider is the winning ratio of your strategy. The winning ratio of your strategy. If you have a winning ratio on a strategy, on a particular strategy that is as high as 70 or 80, then the thing is you can confidently go into some trades with a risk reward of just 1 to 1 or 1 hour. Oh yes, you know um, I posted some graphic on um, I posted some graphic some time ago on our telegram in our Telegram group, basically showing profitability levels and all that, basically detailing if you will be profitable based on your risk to reward compared with the winning ratio of your strategy. So you can actually have a look at that in the Telegram group. There are a number of resources in the Telegram group, guys, so definitely take advantage of that. Okay, so let's continue with NASDAQ. You know what? I want to get a second trade on this. I want to have I'm going to be placing a second position on this one, so bear with me, guys. Let me do that. That's one of the things I actually thought to explain or teach today, because you'll find that I find that, because most of my trade do hit TP1, in the sense they do get to as much as 20, 25 pips, I do often advise my traders to get two positions, to enter into two positions, because you could then close out the first position and let the other one run. That is a good strategy, and that is basically what I do. Right, right, right. Bear with me. I'll be with you shortly. I mean, obviously, that means you could then also close out, you know, um, both trades even before it gets to the final, TP. So basically, if I have just the one position open here, I'll be looking to close out when it gets there. But if I have two positions or more, I could close halfway. I could close all two or three, you know, halfway, or close some of them and let the others run. So that's definitely one way to trade. Let's go back to this NASDAQ. Okay, the stop loss for GJ, the stop loss for GJ is, all right, let me just do this. Let's do this. So that's the stop loss. So basically here we have the entry price, that's the profit level. That's, well, my final take profit, and that's the stop level. So this is the stop loss. The stop loss is 154.668. I mean, I'll just leave that on for some time and let you, copy it. So that's the profit level. That's the take profit, um, the stop loss, and of course my entry. you know, Ideally, guys, this is a good setup. All things being equal, we should get our profit. Okay, let's look at let's look at Nasdaq as well. We are looking at Nasdaq as well. I mean, sometimes, you basically just wait to see one trade play out first, before you jump into another. But nevertheless, what we are going to do is to check to see if other trades are ripe for the taking or close to being ripe for the taking, and we would decide what to do. We don't want to jump into too many trades and end up losing more than we ought to. So we want to play it safe. Okay. I mean, another pair to trade usually in the mornings is the DAX. I mean, obviously the market is open then. The German market is open, the business and all. Okay, let's check the DAX. I mean, I'm not quite liking the Nasdaq one. So let's try the DAX. Okay, I don't even have that there. Interesting. Interesting. The DAX, the DAX, the DAX. Let's go for this one. Okay. Ooh, there was a jump. There was a gap up there. I'm not quite sure why that is. So let's check another broker. Sometimes you have gaps and all that, because of liquidity issue with the broker. So let's check another broker. Let's try Easy Markets. Ah, so see what just happened, guys. I hope you noticed that. Let's go back and let me go back and show you. I mean, I don't mind trading the gaps in the market. I don't mind trading gaps on the charts. but you want to be careful it's not an unnecessary gap. We can see there are some gaps here. There's no gap here now. This is the same 1 hour, but there's a gap, that happened, some days ago on this with this broker. But on here, there's no gap. But the previous one we went to, this is the easy markets. The previous one we went to, we checked this broker or whoever they are, and there was a gap there. We see there was a gap here, which basically makes you go, hmm. So what I'll do is I'll go to the one that hasn't got a gap. Um, let's go to the one that hasn't got a gap. Okay, so this is the 1 hour time frame. Let's look at the daily. Okay, right, yo, right, yo. So I mean, this is the 15 minute. It's pulling back now after this big candle, after this I call it the overshoot candle. After this huge candle, it's overshoot candle I call it because you know compared to the previous candles, it is huge. Now, pullbacks are good. So the question is it going to pull back, before it continues? When you have a pullback, sometimes it comes to halfway of that huge candle. Other times it could come to structure. So obviously if it comes to structure here, it means it's coming to the very beginning of the candle of that big push. So we want to see it, yeah, we do want it to actually pull back for us first. And when it flips, then, we could jump in, considering other things as well. Okay. So this one also is pulling back. That's why I say let's see how this goes first. Let's watch it go into profit first before we think of jumping into another trade. But in my opinion, the setup is still valid. Right, 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 right. Now, guys, strike the subscribe button and the like button there. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. We basically are here every Tuesday now. I've committed to be here every Tuesday at least, and one other time during the week, perhaps for the New York session. But what I tend to do now as well is even when I am not here necessarily streaming, I would basically let you guys see what's on, what I'm watching, as in I would have the patterns and where I'm looking to get in and out, so that you can actually um, decide on which way or which direction the market is heading. For instance, let me just show you this. For instance, we see this, if it does come up. Okay, so we see GJ here. So we see this this marked up harmonic pattern on GJ, basically showing that it's a bearish one. You would most of the time, a couple of times during the week, if you were to log on to my YouTube channel, you will see a chart like this, basically letting the overall trend is in one direction or the other. Now we see this basically delivered a lot of pips going in the direction we anticipated it would go, but it's pulling back. I believe it's going to just pull back to continue down. You know, I can't do much analysis here today, so that because we are watching the trades, I would have explained. But obviously, if you do know how to use the Fibonacci, you basically want to check, you know, um, to see how much pullback it's had, if it's had up to 50 or 61.8 or something. So this is GJ, but then we also have USD CHF. We also have USD CHF, with the harmonic pattern drawn up as well. So we see, oh, sorry, this is GJ again. Let's bring out USD CHF. There we go. So we have USD CHF here. So if you were to log on to my channel during the course of the day, either the London or the New York, usually, during the latter part of the London session into the New York, if you were to log on to my channel, you will see that it does have some chart up, basically showing you what I'm trading. So you can see with this one, for instance, I did say that if you see my chart and you see yellow broken lines or yellow dotted lines, know that's where I'm looking to enter or where I got in. Like I got in, well, I didn't quite catch this one, but that was where I would have loved to get in. So that was the first entry. This was the second suggested entry. But obviously, if you do understand price action, you would have been able to get in or somewhere here as well. But I got in somewhere here yesterday and it gave me a good number of pips, at least 60 pips or so. So that's good. So definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel, to be able to view this whenever I'm on or whenever the chat is up. So GJ is taking his time, is being stubborn. And we are watching this one as well, which is NASDAQ. Sorry, not NASDAQ, the DAX. The DAX. The DAX is now called German 40. It used to be German 30. It used to be German 40. It's also otherwise known as DE 40. It used to be DE 30. That's because, some more companies have been added to the index, the German index of the top companies in Germany. So we're watching this one as well. We're watching the DAX, which I believe is going to push up some more. I mean, I would have wanted a deeper pullback. I would have wanted a pullback to the 50-way mark, 50% mark. But if it's not going to give us that, if it's going to push up nevertheless, we could still trade it. I'll be finishing today at 9. I'll be finishing in about 15 minutes or so. So hopefully, our trade will push into profit before I leave. You know what? Let me also check another pair or other pairs I love to trade. I also love to trade Now with this Nasdaq, um, okay, the thing is, obviously, when I'm trading with you on YouTube, I don't know your account size and all that, so you don't have to take every trade. I mean, I can afford to get into a lot of trades at the same time. Obviously, that's what I do, but if you are trading with me here and your account size you know, um, is not big, how else can I say that now without sounding? Okay, if you've got a small account size, if you've got a small account size, basically, I would say um, take one trade, with me at a time, one at a time. I mean, I might tell you other trades I'm getting into, but you don't have to get into them. Yeah, I mean, definitely, the DAX is pushing up, and I think it's going to be going up for some time. So I'll be looking for a good opportunity to jump in. I could jump in now, you know, um, except that it's coming up against some slight resistance. It's coming up against some slight resistance on the 4 hour here. Uh, yeah, I would have wanted it to pull back to this top red line, but it hasn't done that. But it is going to push up. I mean, I'll be looking for a buy on this one. Maybe sometime today, sometime this morning. We'll just wait for this candle to close and decide what to do next. Okay. So, I can tell you this, with my strategies, you know, um, when I determine what the stop loss is, I basically stick to it. Because I usually try to do my analysis, properly before jumping into a trade. And, most of the time it will be the case that, you know, I've ticked all the boxes and I think it's good to go. Like the trade we took two trades yesterday. I mean, I posted two trades yesterday in the Telegram channel. One of them was Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar, which gave us about 60 pips. Was it? Yeah, that gave us about 60 pips or so. The Euro USD, basically pulled back. We had a stop loss of about 45 pips, but I recommended I would come out of it early. And I realized, okay, fine. After I did that, I realized that was a mistake. That was basically going against my own rule, going against my own strategy. So obviously you want to have rules in place, guys. As a trader, you want to have rules in place. And let it be that the rules are such that you hardly have any reason, you do not have reasons to go against it. You know, I went against the rule yesterday, came out of the trade early. We closed out with a loss of about 12 pips, not letting it get to the 45 pip stop loss. And guess what? Almost after we came out, well, maybe about 40 minutes after we came out, it pushed up powerfully in our direction. And that would have been a winning trade. So, what I am saying is basically, it might seem as though this is a one-to-one, this is a long way to go. Let's see. You know, we've got like 30 pips to go. You panic and come out of the trade. Guess what happens if it then reverses in your direction? It means you're not gonna be too glad with yourself. So we will basically just let that one do its thing. And I mean, the thing about my own trading is when I'm trading live, with on try trading live on YouTube, I would usually continue the trading or the guidance, as it were, on Telegram. So if I get into a trade on YouTube and we have to, close out the stream, if I'm doing something different, if there's any adjustment, I'll post it in Telegram so you know. So you might want to hop on and join us in Telegram as well, and let's do it the right way. So I can see there are a number of you watching, guys. Hit the like button. It only takes a second to hit the like button. Hit the like button for me. I believe I'm delivering some value. Hey, hit the like button for me. Thank you. Okay, let me get myself a hot drink. Let me get myself. I'll be back shortly. Let me just get a drink. Okay, okay, I'm back. Right here. So we're still on this trade. I'll be finishing soon, guys. Right. Okay, so what I intend to do is obviously, you know, like I have been doing, like I do all the time. I'll be posting, signals, trade signals as I find them, even in the Telegram group. So do definitely, join the Telegram group, guys. Join the Telegram group, and you'll be able to obviously, share, you know, um, or get to see our trades. Like I said, the results for the whole of January, we've done just a pip short of about 400 pips. So let's say we've done about 400 pips in the month of January, and I'm trusting that February is going to be even more smashing. So do join us there. We post the trade ideas. We post trade ideas there. We post signals, as in not just the harmonic patterns like you will see or any other pattern. I suppose I'll begin to post head and shoulder patterns now. I used to do that. I suppose I'll begin to do that again. Just so that you could have different perspectives, as it were. So, guys, let's leave it as it is today. I mean, so this is basically the trade we're in. We jumped in earlier on for a buy, and let's see how it plays out. Okay, I'll catch you, some other time this week. I would announce in the Telegram channel when I am going to be coming on, next. If it's going to be if it's going to be tomorrow or on Thursday. Anyhow, I'll be, leaving the stream on um, during the New York session so that I can basically see if there are any other trades I'm looking to get into. Catch you guys. Bye now.